let us get some stuff looked at. I just pulled up this GBNH. It looked okay. It's got some volume here coming in. Also, I noticed that it had some previous history. I didn't go deep into it. I'm going to try to do that. I looked at a 2-hour chart, and I didn't look at a daily. I just looked at the 2-hour, and we didn't have a flat line and then a pop. So this guy's got a little history. I'm not sure how old he is. Let me see if I can go back a little further. This is 1 year. Boom. It's high up there. It's below the 200, but you notice it's coming up toward the 200. So that could be interesting. So it could give us some opportunities today to trade. It's got a big gap up right there. And let's go look at that right now on the 2-minute chart. That big gap up that it's got right there, that's going to be its, wow, look at that. This right here, probably right there. No, wrong thing. I was working on that last night. I'm going to draw a little zone right here. I'm thinking this is its point of no return, but it's getting close to it. So maybe it's not. Hang on a second. This is where it was. This is gapped up. So let's use this as its point of no return. Now, if there's things moving on the scanner, guys, and I don't see them, I have my chat up. Please go ahead and put them in chat. I know a lot of times if Alex is out there, Alex has some of the best moving stocks. He can find the things quicker than you can shake a stick. So hopefully Alex is out there. Also, Ken has a way of, these guys find the halts. And I'm glad that I saw their names in the room recently. I should probably turn that down just a little bit. Technology sometime. The execution part, right? Only 10%, but Jiminy, things we got to do to chart. All right. What the heck is that? Did y'all see that right there? What the heck is that? Tells me it's the 200. That's a weird 200. Okay, and then I have these little areas right here like this where stock is just kind of, I got some bends. I got some right there in my list. So this is possibly a spot to enter. See if this guy, it's got a little sell-off going on right now. I'm not sure if they're flushing or what they're doing. I don't need to see the news. And we can see what's going to happen there. And we got this gap right there too. Look at that. Sometimes the gaps are these shadows can be close. We know this is the high. We know that's a danger zone. Price has to go past that high. Got a lot of wick there. Get some traders trapped up in there. They want to see that go up higher. We're going to watch it and see how it does. We'll just draw a couple of things here. This right here would also be a spot. This weird formation of candles, lower open from that one right there. We'll see that a lot. That could be a potential. If you get in at the right spot, take profit, get out there. Looks like this spot right here where these candles meet, also where that hammer is giving us a little zone that we need to consider. All right, and we are below VWAP, which means right now it is not bullish, but VWAP could be a target. We'll just have to watch this thing and see how it goes. All righty then. Okay, we got 9:23 and 15 seconds market time. I'm going to scroll through a couple more, see what we can find here. No, you see these little ticky-tack things? No volume. That ain't giving us any hope for anything. All right, let's see if I got anything in the morning scanner. I don't have a lot going on in my scanners this morning. It's kind of interesting. A lot going on in the marketplace. We know that there's a lot of hesitancy. People are concerned. We've got futures down. We got a lot of things down right now in the global market. So we're going to have to just kind of see what happens here. I like to wait for the market to shake out. And, oh, I got to do something. Sorry, folks. I forgot. We are streaming both penny stocks today. And stocks and options. Okay. So how do we do that? At everyone. So, all right. We're going to combine penny stocks and stocks and options today. So, guys, I'm going to have penny stocks on the board as well as SPY and maybe another large cap or two if anybody wants to come in and see what we're doing. Wants some things for us to look at. All right. Oh, a little technical difficulty. We got 421 left. Let's go find something here. This guy's from last week. We still have levels on him. Why is he showing up in the momentum scanner? Don't know. I don't like how he looks. Doesn't look good at all to me. You know, you get these things that pop up in the scanners, and you got to go through them like I'm doing right now. So, oh, that's ticky tack. So I'm trying to do it slow so I don't give you a headache. See, I liked him. I don't like these guys. They look like crap. You know, we're looking for stuff that's got momentum, but we're looking for stuff we can make a dollar on. That's why we're here. So, who are you? Nighthawk Bioscience. What you do, Nighthawk Bioscience? Let's see. Yep. I tell you what, if you were in here during the pandemic, anytime any company, biotech company, had something to do with COVID, that stock price shot up. So let's watch Nighthawk Bioscience. We'll keep. Very funny, smartass. Can I call you that, smartass? All right, let's see. It's yeah, I think I'm safe. All right. Well, I got yeah. It looks like a look at this failed morning star right there. See, it goes up. Oh, it comes back down. That's why you got to always wait for the second or third candle in these things. Um, they market makers know what we're looking for. They know what the beginners are looking for. I don't know about this guy. I'm trying to see how he moves in the pre-market and the regular market. You know, sometimes you get these guys. He's got green in both, but you'll get these stocks that move only in the pre-market, and then you'll see them the rest of the day, and it's just all they do is sell off. They jump up in the pre-market and then they sell off. Um, he's interesting. So let's keep him on the board and let's go see if we can find a few levels on him. You know, sometimes there's you got to look left for the levels. You can find a lot of things here. So we already had this move up today, and now it's coming back and it's resting in this level. Let's find this little gap up right here, and then we're just going to mark it and show it as red because I put that down as a point of last. Last dance to romance, last chance to romance. I like the way these two candles interconnect. You know, it's almost like you got some wooden dowels and they're just going right into each other, making them stronger. That always interests me. I have a lot of things that interest me, guys, and I'm going to try to teach you some things today. The main thing I'm going to look for today is these zones, and then we're going to look for wedges. And we're just going to go through looking for wedges and wedges and wedges, and I'm going to show you why. Because those wedges that we're going to look for, and those are descending channels for everybody else. I'm calling them wedges. When we find these things, you know, we find those areas where price gives us a little, it's had this trend here. We get this exhaustion bar here. So price is going to go sideways a little bit, and it does, and then it comes back down. And if, in penny stocks, most of us can only go bullish because of the size of our account. So we have to find bullish moves. And the best way to find the bullish move is to let the bear move, make its move, let the bear trend happen, find where it ends, follow it. And then when it gives us an opportunity to go north, gives us a signal, that's what we'll do. I'm not finding that right here at the moment, but I'm explaining what I'm looking for. All right, we're going to start in just 2 seconds, guys. We're going to let this market shake out for a minute and see what happens. And I got to be right back. I got to let a dog in the door. Okay. So what we got here is the opening. Now, I'm not running the opening. I'm waiting. So we're going to wait, and we're going to keep looking for things as we wait. MES is tanking. Holy cow, SPY is tanking. Look at that. But give them a few minutes. Let's see what these guys do for a little bit. We're going to go over here. We're going to look at Ford. Ford is a large cap stock that acts like a penny cap. Excuse me, acts like a penny stock, or can be traded like one. Doesn't act like one. It will give us opportunities to trade, but right now I like to see the open, just kind of shake out. I'm not sure what's going on with the market right now. I don't think a lot of people are. There's a lot of concerns. If you want to see something fly, though, this guy is not flying. Neither is this guy flying. What are these guys? Is it moving? Are you alive there, fella? Hello, are you moving? Wake up, wake up. Well, we're going to watch somebody move. I'm looking at Bed Bath & Beyond take off. Let's go watch it. Meme stock. Y'all see what happened in this meme stock? And I got folks that got me in the stock market that are just so biased on AMC. They think it's still going to go up. And I'm like, oh, Lord. Come on, man. Don't you see what's going on? This guy, actually, I used him last night as an example for something. So let's go watch him. And again, what we're looking for is we're looking for areas where we can intersect with price and get a measured move. And that's what we really want to look for. This is VWAP. It's red. If you don't know what I do and you're not sure, I have a Stone's Place in the Discord where I've allowed folks to come in and see a little journal I'm doing on Sunday nights, kind of teaching a little bit more in depth. And I explain my moving average lines. This VWAP is not a moving average. But VWAP is very important. Price likes to go up to VWAP. If it's below it, it gravitates back to it. You see, we have this, what I call a bend. It's a big turn, big angle, boom, there and there. Well, you notice price is actually right now in here, in the crook of this bend. So that's interesting to me, and that tells me that this could be a spot where either price is going to reject or it's going to build and accumulate like it did there, and then we get a pop up or a move up to this VWAP. So we want to keep that open right there. Now I will color that red so I know what it is. Usually I do a little price line. Sometimes I do a channel like that up top. I better do a price line. I'll tell you why. I'm going to get you confused and me confused with my last chance for romance boxes. So let's just do a price line up here. We'll just slap it right there like that, and we'll just color it the right color. I have them gold because I usually use those for my Globex on the MES and SPY. Okay, so BBY, Bed Bath & Beyond. Right here, we have a descending channel. Why did I say it like that? I don't know. We are below the 200. VWAP, we've crossed above it. Let's see where we've been. Our moving averages, green, gold, and purple. The 8, the 15, and the 20. Here they are just riding together. What do we got happening down here on our CCIs? Raise there. This guy's crazy. Man, he almost threw a channel for us right there. And you can see it broke that channel right there and popped up. So what we want to look at for Bed Bath & Beyond is to see if it's going to continue. Right now, we have a green bar. Sometimes I hate my zigzag indicator because it changes the colors of these things so much. That's a red bar. And then we have another green bar coming up. So we could possibly have a run up to that VWAP line right there. We got a price line right here. A target. It might be hitting that target right there. We also have a pivot. If you're on Discord, by the way, guys, follow my crosshairs. I know my mouse is in the wrong spot. So follow my crosshairs in Discord and where the intersection is and not the mouse. 2 minutes to print. We're below we popped above the 200 and VWAP. We were below VWAP, so it's popped above it. We have our bands look like they're fanning out, and we have some green bars. We're not the gray bars that I like to see, but we have this big pop, and so it has to rest a second. We have to see how it rests out on that. Anybody else? I hear some noise back there. What's going on? We got some comment coming. Somebody's grunting. Who is it? Anybody know? Devin, I don't know if it's you or not. All right. Yeah.
Nope, not me.
Okay, not you. Awesome. Well, look, here we go.
I think it's Trump.
Big bad, BBBY, big bad BBBY. Ooh, SPY is getting low, y'all. What's the MES doing? Holy cow. All right. My goal is to teach you price action. I'm going to take trades if I see them, folks, but my goal is to teach you price action. And that's what I do. I have indicators and everything I use as training wheels, but I have charts that I don't use any training wheels on. So I'm going to watch this for a little bit. Oh my goodness, look at that. I'll be a son of a gun. I had a long put and it's doing well. Okay. He's slow, but this guy, what do we got here? Now I like to let the market shake out. Now I'm going to go look at some things. And again, if you're in Discord with us, if you're in the penny stock room with us, where I welcome everybody from stocks and options. You're out there, you're listening to us someplace, man. We appreciate you. Want you to learn about price action, learn to be a good trader, and that's what we're going to try to teach you. Trading is 80% patience, 10% execution, and 10% risk management. So patience is the key. Here we have a descending channel right here. So what we're going to look for in this descending channel is we're going to look for an area where price might break and give us a push back up. Now, be great if it happened in this little spot here, in this rectangle, which is I put down as a zone of interest. Now, if price can hold this level, and maybe we get another red candle in here, but this is kind of a slow mover. I thought he was going to be a little bit more. Wow, let me get my volume up on here. Sorry, guys. I was playing with this chart last night. There we go. Let me get my volume. Yeah, why is it? That's 50. I mean, this isn't super low volume. Just curious. In the meantime, let's go back to Bed Bath & Beyond. Again, my goal is to teach you price action to help you learn how to fish yourself, not to follow my trades. Although, I'm going to want, if I trade, and I say if because I'm not in a hurry. It's my money. And I'm going to make sure that I take a trade with my money that's in the right spot. So I'll let you know what I'm doing and what I'm thinking. and you can follow along. Right now, I'm watching because the market is moving rather slow. Has anybody noticed that, or is it just my system? Let me go look at the phone somewhere because that stuff looks slow as molasses, man. Slow as molasses. All right. Well,
I mean, would you say that normally Monday is relatively slow?
it seems a little slower right now, though. I mean, I feel slow on Mondays, but right now I'm like, ugh, blah. This looks really slow. I do like to blow my screens up and look at them big because everything looks so much better big. Uh, and I like to see these channels here. I adjusted my settings so they can be seen a little bit more on the video right here. Well, this is beautiful. Come on, you're going to do something for us now. Give us a pullback somewhere. All right, give us a pullback somewhere. See my notes from yesterday. I didn't realize they were in this one. 11:58. So Bed Bath and Beyond's a good example of why you should be careful with meme stocks. And I think AMC fell today too. Yeah, because they had something happen. You never. That's why you don't. That's why I don't like the buy and hold thing and listening to your buddy from down the street, big whoever, and he doesn't teach you anything about technicals. We're getting stuck at a pivot zone right here. So I would expect if it can break through that pivot zone that it could go up to the 1116. Looking for a couple of other places where I can find some targets on. No offense, Bed Bath and Beyond. I don't want to find targets.
Well, I mean, we're not looking to buy and hold. We're looking to get in and get out real quick.
Right. Well, I mean, buy and hold. There is a buy and hold strategy, but my whole thing with the buy and hold strategy is you got to know what you're buying, why you're buying it, and why you're buying it, where you are buying it, and then why you're holding it, and then where you're going to exit.
And you have to have like all that planned out before you even get in
Yeah.
the process.
I mean, price line here. Where are we at? 1013. I'm going to have to do something about my price lines.
Pretty much, as far as I've heard you say, you don't really touch meme stocks anyway.
Not anymore. No, I made good money on AMC though.
Yeah, back when.
Yeah, it's funded my account.
I
Yeah,
mean, I remember us going through
I don't.
the stock though,
Yeah,
and that stock was just faltering and faltering.
yep. And I don't particularly care for it, but what I'm also learning to do is trade the price action, trade the chart, and as I focus just solely on the chart, like we're always hearing from Jeremy, then it doesn't matter what it is. But we can see a trend here. We can see that this is going up probably to 1074 at least. It could retrace some of what it did the other day, and I do believe it's going to head up to VWAP at the 1116. So that could be a price. Now, listen, one more thing I'll say to everybody. I'm sitting here looking at charts. I'm thinking out loud. So when I got in the rooms, I didn't realize that moderators were thinking out loud half the time. And they'd say, "Oh yeah, look at this. Oh, I get a good entry right here, and then we go up this way." And I'd be like on the key, pop. I put an entry there, and then it sinks. He goes, "Yeah, no, I guess it's going to go bearish right there." So remember, when I'm speaking here and I'm talking about all this stuff, that I am also thinking out loud. So I'll let you know when I see something or I feel like I'm confirmed in something. Now, here's the thing: we've got this rising channel, if you will. Looks really good. Let me get my lines again. Damn, drawing tools. Always. It says 10% execution, but man, that 10% of learning how to handle this software is a whole different world. Let's see what we get. See if we get a flag, if we can get a pullback somewhere. Now, I like the 2 minute chart. I like the scalp on the 2 minute chart because I'm slower and I think slower. If you want to learn how to scalp really fast, you got to hang out with Jeremy. But let me tell you something. You have to approach this like athletics. Just because it looks easy doesn't mean it is. You've got all the emotion of waiting through a trade, you've got the execution, you've got to wait for things to really fall out and just shake out, I should say, just to see where they are. So I'm gonna take my time. I'm not in a hurry. I'm gonna be here all day. Whether you're here or not, I'm not going to be on the air all day, but I'm going to be in front of my computer all day. And I'm going to be looking at things that I can trade and ways that I can trade things. And that's what we're going to be doing today. So I've got this rising wedge. That is a pullback right there. All right. So we got a pullback. All right, guys, we're watching this here right now. BBBY. If you're in the from the large caps, we'll get to a large cap in just a second. BBBY has given us a little look, some opportunity here, and we're going to see if possibly that we can get in there and get a trade. Now, we can use these moving averages. They can be used as stops. Now, that's a deep stop if I use this bottom of this doji, which is 1023. That's not too deep. There's my stop. My target, I'm going to go for the 1074 target right here. Now, I could get stopped out because I got in too soon. I did wait to pass 1039. So we're going to see if I get my stop gets hit, it gets hit. But I am thinking we're going to go up there. 1079. Where are we at? Where? And that'll be my target. Yes, I want to link my orders. There, I said it. Now I'm only trading 5 shares, guys, because I have a small account here. Most of my money is in futures and in options. So I have a small account right now in the penny stocks, but I will be building it as we go along. All right. So what we have here, why did I take this? This is a pullback. I'm expecting this to push further. So when we had this little trend, I saw all these green. Now we got this guy upside down, but then we get this big bald-headed wick, what we call a bald-headed wick. You don't hear that and read that in stock market books. You won't see anybody talking about a bald-headed wick on Wall Street. It's just something that came up one day in Bullish Bears from a moderator. So a bald-headed wick because it shows, prices moving, although there is a little wick on that one. So, prices moving on BB, Bed Bath and Beyond. I don't know why. I don't have a clue. I know that they had a CEO or whatever that screwed everybody, and then the price kind of tanked for a little bit, which ought to give everybody at AMC a little jolt. Had a theater chain claiming about to claim bankruptcy in the UK or in Europe, and that made their price drop today, from what I understand. So, in following a trend, and that's what we're doing here, we're following a trend. I put a target, so I'm going to let the trade play out. I set my stop. Now, if I get, up here and it doesn't happen, well, then shame on me. Why did I take the trade? I took the trade because I saw an ascending channel. I saw strength over here on my woodies. I saw outside green lines. I saw inside blue lines. I have a lower CCI that is way above this line right here, the 0 line, and it tells me it's bullish. Now, it's a little crazy to take a trade in here, but I can be a little crazy. So if I don't like it, I can always get out. And at this point, I'm ahead. Got in at 1038, and we're at 1061. So I've already made 20 cents a share. So I could just go ahead and get out, but I'm gonna go ahead and let my play run out. Now I'm going to move my stop up to 1041. Now, if I get stopped out, actually, let's see where it is. 1040. I'll move my stop right there to the top of this guy here. See the top of that doji? Now my stop has been moved up because it's continuing to move. It's gone since I got in it. It's gone a full candle and it started another candle. So why not move my stop up like I did to where it is so that now my stop loss isn't a stop loss. It's a stop gain. I don't know. It sounds stupid, guys. But so now I have a stop at 1045 and I just got my 1079 filled. So there you go. That's a nice trade. I made, you know, what did I get out? Tell me where my trade is. I have to go to another screen to find my trade. Show my trades. There we are. Why don't you show my trade, you mean son of a gun? It's not showing me my trades. What a trip. Okay, anyway, I got in. Let me go to where I can read my trade and tell you what happened. I got in at 1038 and I got out at 1079. I bought 5 shares and I made $2.05. Yay, small account. But I took a trade and I made it because I based it on what I saw in my candles. And here's the thing I'm going to talk to you about being a beginner if you're a beginner or if you're new, hadn't been doing this for a long time, is it takes screen time to be able to see this. I'm going to tell you all the mechanics, just like a golf pro, like say Devin, were to tell you how to stand and where you put your feet, how to address the ball, hello ball, how to address the ball, and how to hold your hands. You know, all the mechanics of how to play golf, and he can show you all that stuff. But it's going to take time for you to get the hand-eye coordination. It's going to take time for the memory, muscle memory. It's going to take time for you to be able to develop a really good golf swing. This is no different. Playing the stock market, trading in the stock market is no different. It takes time and years of experience to be able to read the candles the way I'm reading them right now, or it takes a year of experience. Guys, I got probably 2-3 years of experience in one because of the pandemic and I couldn't work. So I just stayed home and learned the stock market 12 hours a day. So that's where I am. Anyhow.
The other thing is that the market requires patience. You want to be wait for it to unfold and come to you.
Right. And you got to know exactly, Devin. Tell us some more. Missed your voice.
Yeah, I'm driving on wet roads a bit here.
Nothing on this guy.
It's just you got to don't get yourself down. I mean, much like you were saying, golf. You know, I mean, I beat 3 million golf balls to get as good as I am, and it just takes time and repetition. And I mean, each chart acts differently. So
Right.
you've got to find those zones. What Stone's talking about.
Absolutely. Devin, our resident golf pro. Thank you very much, sir. All right, now let's look at I appreciate it. Now let's look at this. I want everybody to pay attention to this right here because this right here is very important. This looks like this could be the end of this little run, and we're going to get a pullback for a bit. And we want to watch it. Right now, we've got a bearish engulfing taking place, but that candle is not formed. It still has more than 30 seconds. Now, another thing we do is we look in bullish bears, we ride the 9. Now, I have the 8 because it's great. And one of the moderators I watched and learned from used the 8. So, and that's Jeremy, bullish bears Jeremy, who is, I still think he's AI. I don't think he's real Devin. The dude trades too damn good to be a real person.
I made him out about 20 years ago.
20, you made him. He's an algorithm, isn't he? Listen, I got to say that because he and I talked last night, and you hear this thing about one of the guys out there says, "Now my results are not typical." Well, I can tell you right now, Jeremy's results are not typical, but he is excellent. He will answer your questions, and he's great. So the
And
eight,
he's so articulate
absolutely.
about like the way that he simplifies things. I've never seen somebody simplify better than Jeremy.
Yeah, he does. He really simplifies it. So, and one of the things he simply looks for is price above the eight. That's this green line. So he wants to know if price is above the eight, and he'll watch how price reacts with that eight line. He'll also watch how it acts with the 20. But Jeremy is a good guy because he taught us that these, he uses Bollinger Bands, which, I use three moving averages and the eight. He uses Bollinger Bands in the eight and the 200, like I have here. And then he's recently been using VWAP because we see a lot of stuff. VWAP is very important. We can go into that. The more you learn here at Bullish Bears, the better you get. So that eight, we're staying above the eight, which means we're bearish. Now, looks like we're slowing down a little bit. We had pretty good volume on this candle, 1,000,005, and now we've only got about 500 and something thousand on this one. So it could be slowing down a little. Maybe we're not. Price is going to do what Price wants to do. Getting in on a trade and learning how to get in on a trade is very important. Getting in on the trade is what we're looking to do. We're all here to make money, but we have got to be patient. And I'm speaking to myself as well, folks. Let me tell you, I've had to have lots of talks with myself. Thank God for mirrors. Anyway, we have got to be patient.
Much like poker, you gotta wait for the
You
card.
got to wait. You've got to let the market come to you, but you've got to know what you're looking for. And that takes time, and it takes practice, and it takes thinking about it. I'm a professional musician by trade. Apparently now I'm semi-retired because I hadn't had a whole lot of work um, since the pandemic. Anyway, so I know a lot about repetition. I know a lot about discipline. Believe it or not, musicians are very disciplined people. They just choose to be disciplined about what they want to be disciplined about, as most humans do. So, but look, we've got a little. This is a little pullback. We got this red candle. So, what we have here might be, and I see this little wedge there. You see, I see a little wedge there. I see a little wedge here. There we go, a little wedge. Now we get this. What it this looks like? It's just a big bear flag, a bull flag. So we could get. Looks like we're going to get continuation on up to that VWAP target that I talked about earlier, which was a previous VWAP. VWAPs are important. Now there are many ways to trade in the market. There are many mechanisms you can use. It's a matter of finding one that you can understand. I'm a little scattered brain, so I've taken about three or four moderators, and I maybe five, and I've put. I learned about 20% of each one, and that 20% was 80% of what I needed. If you ever heard of the Pareto principle, so I found the 80% I needed, and 20% of each trader, and then I put them together, and I've been developing my own little system. And it's like there's nothing new under the sun, guys. I'm just finding a way for me to read the charts, and so that's what I've done. And most of what I found is we don't find a lot about today's market, pandemic market and post-pandemic market in books unless they were written in the last couple of years. So I just tend to watch the chart. Now it wicked all the way up to that VWAP line, and it hit that target. So that's why we want to watch VWAP. This red wine. Hang on, let me have a sip of coffee.
Red wine.
All right, you're hired. So,
Wanted to say though, Stone, is I remember, back when you were talking about you how you like got music and you take different artists and
yeah,
kind of put your own spin on. That's what you did with this, with your trading style, right?
yeah, same exact thing. Thank you, Devin. Yeah, there's a thing in music where when a musician starts learning styles, he starts learning everybody's style. And you learn one song and you take something from it, and you put it in your toolbox. And but when you're learning the style of a musician and you're trying to create your own, well, what everybody does is they jump in. We're going to watch this guy on a small screen for a minute. Ford's over here trying to curl up. Now that could be very interesting. So, what we're going to watch that because That's what we do. Give me 1 second, guys. Look how pretty that is. Now, I usually don't do anything this close to the open, but I did today because I saw something that looked familiar to me. Um, so we have to really spend time in front of the screen, and look, this can be an addiction, man. And it's it's the stock market. It's a huge entity. Um,
I mean, remember talking about excitement. I mean, you don't want to get excited
right.
because business, you got to stay in a business mindset when it's going up,
Good.
because otherwise you get that gambler's mentality and you hold where you should be letting go and cut your losses.
Very good, Devin. That's exactly right. Yeah, I approach this as a business. I also look at I get up in the morning, shower, get changed like I'm going to work somewhere, and I come into my office now that I have. Used to be my studio. Now it's my office. Oh Lord.
Hey, the good news is it's already soundproof.
Yeah. All right, we're getting another look. And I was talking about this look earlier down here. And often we get a look where we get we get a bull trend going, we get a pullback, and there's a point when it's going to reach exhaustion. And at that point, it reaches exhaustion. Um, that's the point we want to see when it starts to pull back. Give us an entry opportunity, or is it going to pull back a little further? So and looking for measured moves, and I'll get in that in a minute. I'm trying to figure out this damn candle. I'm slowly. Yeah, no, I'm trying to figure out the color of it. It's the zigzag indicator is great, but I don't always like that it colors my candles when I'm trying to figure out if they're red or green. So but it gives us all these pivots. Really, it's training wheel for pivots. That's why I like it. So this is a green candle.
That was always Scott's complaint, was that he couldn't see what color it is, so he
Yeah,
had to switch it off. And then,
yeah, switch it back on. Yeah, so I have another chart open where I just turned it off, so I can look over and see it if it's green or not.
oh, and then you said more monitors. Give me more
More
monitors.
monitors, more monitors. I got a fever. Anyway, and the answer is more monitor. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for
Nice job blocking that out.
Christopher walk-in closet. Anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. Let me get my act together. I don't know. We were laughing a couple of days ago, and we were laughing so hard that I looked back up at the chart and I said, "Hey, look, look!" And it was like you could see it totally different. He looks like he's going to keep going on, but we got to wait for that candle to finish again. Um, but I wanted to pay attention to that look, but it's not giving me the look I really want. So, and that's when we get a big exhaustion candle and price starts to go down, and you can see what it looks like. But I don't think we're getting that quite yet here. Now, these indicators I use that are down here, that's volume. They have certain looks that I look for. I don't necessarily use them in the classical sense of how they're supposed to be used any more than I use the major scale in the classical sense it's supposed to be used. So I just kind of use them to see certain things that I'm familiar with. And right now, this is a strong trend. Do you see how green this is down here? This is a strong trend. Lots of green, man. That's lit up. So we want to keep watching it. We got green on the outside, green on the inside, blue on the inside, which I like to see. And we're still above this middle line, which is the lower CCI, and that is showing us bullish. So, how are we doing so far? Everybody there with us? Who we got with us today? All right, everybody. How y'all doing? If I don't, if you have a question, you can ask. You can write it in chat. Um, you can send me a message. You can send it to stone at bullishbears.com. You can send me a message if you're in Discord, message me in Discord. And if you got a question, and I will do my best to answer it. If I don't answer it directly, I'll answer it in the journal that I do on Sunday night or live so we can look at things. It takes time to trade. and it takes time to learn trading. And there aren't really a lot of step by step processes out there on how to trade. I think here at Bullish Bears, we have some good moderators, and I think we can help you become the trader you want to be if you'll take the time and learn the steps that we're putting together for you. All right, so we got flag going up. That is one big flag. Bed Bath and Beyond. Our little Nighthawk. Hmm, I don't think he's much of a hawk at all. Yeah, bear flag. Boom. Bear flag. Boom. He's declining. But let me show you one thing about these guys that decline. They pop up in the morning. They go to town. They get everybody excited. We're going to the moon. No, we're not. And then they start this decline. But look, just because this guy is declining right now doesn't mean that he won't come to a spot a little bit later where he accumulates and then pops back up. So I'm going to put him on my little screen on the other side that you can't see and keep an eye on Mr. Little Nighthawk. Let's see where you are. Yeah, we don't like you. We're going to replace you right there. Why are you not showing? There you are. Yeah, we'll just watch this guy from afar right now while he does his thing. What do we got in the meantime? Well, let's go look at SPY, everybody. All right, everybody. Price action is price action. Here we'll come back and check out our BBY guy in a little bit. He seems to be getting ready to make another run up to the top, but we'll have to wait and see. I really want to get him to come down and find out one of those little spots we can get in on. That would be fun. All right, SPY. Monsieur SPY. Monsieur SPY. Now, a lot of times on SPY, actually, let me just go do this right now. I don't keep the volume up. Why? Because I don't need it. It's a large cap and it moves all day long. Slower than most. And here we have a descending wedge. What do we know about descending wedges? They tend to break bearish. Bullish, excuse me. I said bearish. They tend to break bullish. But we shall see.
I need to get off here for a moment. I just arrived, so
Hey.
I'll try to get back on there, okay?
All right, take your time. Thank you, Devin.
Thank you, Stone. Appreciate it, buddy.
All right, have a good day. Now, price action works anywhere. Price action works on large caps the same way it works. Oops, the same way it works on small caps. Penny stocks, everything I learned about the price action I've learned from the penny stock room from the moderators, and they used to say all the time, "This works everywhere. It works everywhere," and they're right. Man, it is really moving slow, but we are slow today. Some weird slowness going on here. Let me go look at the MES. Ascending wedge. This stuff looks like it's going down even further. It's going to break that low. So I've got some price levels I marked out, some zones that it could go to. 414 there. This is also what we call these VWAP bands. Do you see these things? Now, this is just something I kind of came across by accident. They're always there. I know people use the EMAs and everything for trades, and it's it's the Olympics, man. It's a big event with a whole lot of ways to participate. And so I like that. So we can find different ways to participate. We can find different methods. There is no one and all indicator, and there's always risk. And then you got to sit through a trade. Isn't that fun? Boy, you're about to drop, Jack. I think that guy is about spent. Looking at one of my calls, but I got a put that's making some money here while I watch it. So it looks like SPY is going to continue its descent down. Let's see, that's the 5-minute chart there. That is the 5-minute chart. So that's the one I want to look at. Now I trade on a 2 and a 5-minute chart. I'm going to do my scalps on a 2, bigger moves on a 5, but I use the smaller time frame chart, the 2, and occasionally I'll use the 1 to make my entries on something I'm watching on a 5-minute chart. I hope that makes sense. This is below. Yeah, you look like you're going to keep going down a little bit today, huh? Going to continue to watch it. Now, if you're trading options and you're able to, if you're trading options, you have an options account, like in Webull, for example, options level 2, it allows you to, your funds settle overnight. So, and it allows you to trade options directionally. You can buy calls and puts, and then you can sell them. You can't sell them like going short, but you can buy them and then sell them once you buy them. And you can buy a put, which is you're buying something that's expecting price to go down, and you're buying it at a strike at a price that you think it's going to go to. So, for example, maybe somebody bought a 415 put. Well, if it hits 415, then they're in the money. If it goes down even further, then they're even more in the money. So there's also calls and puts. Forward is uh, a great way to enter options trading, because forward options are not that expensive, and you can actually get decent in the money. Let's see where my forward is. In the money for a lot less than you could get, or even at the money. You could buy at the money, which is just one strike away from being in the money, and you get those guys rather inexpensively. The $15 puts right now are, if you buy them at the ask, to 31 cents. Last price is 30, and so and they got a 0.4673 delta. Oh, Jiminy, that's the 26th of August. Yep, that's when they are. So you'd be buying the 26th of August, 4 days out on Ford, and you'd be getting a put there at 31 cents. I'm not saying go buy that put. Please don't misunderstand me. And I'm not giving you a call out to go buy something. I'm just telling you that you could, if you're following price, and price is it currently seems to be trending down, but we'll have to wait and see. It's 10:12, so things can turn around. Sometimes we get a reversal in the morning from SPY. Look, I took my eyes off of Bed Bath and Beyond, and we got a channel coming down. So let's go back. Whoa, look at this guy, Nighthawk. He just had this. Let's go wait. Let's go see him. All right, so let me take some of these drawings off real quick, because I was screwing around earlier. All right, so we have a bear flag here. Price came down this morning after hitting its high right here. It's flagging up right now. I even can see a flag here, and I can see a flag here on these lines. So let's go. This is your high. We want to see if price can break that high. This is your VWAP. That would be the current. I would say that would be a target right there. VWAP. Use that as a target. It's got to get through this area right here to get to that target. So notice that we had this zone earlier today. This morning, I said I liked the way this looked right here. I like these two candles that have a wick into this candle body, and the bodies, their bodies are interconnected and they're wicking in each other, kind of like they're interlocking. I like that, and I drew a zone here. Well, price came down, continued to drop, came to that zone, and hammered. Now, when it hammered in that zone, I want you to notice this. This is what I call a busy intersection. It hammered in that zone. It's below the moving averages. The moving averages are flipped, inverted. So this is the high, the 20, the 15, and the 8. But it hammered into a zone that I identified as an interest zone, a supply zone, if you will. When it hammered into that zone, notice here on the woodies, we get a big dip. In below, this is called the negative 100, and it's below that almost to the negative 200, but it's a clear dip. And we have a red candle. Down on our lower CCI, we also have this big V right there. So that is a signal. That would have been a signal to go long, and you could have bought this candle. Now, some folks say buy only the red candles. That's fine if you want to buy only the red candles. You would have bought that red candle by buying this one because you waited for this one to print. So that's what I'm saying. So you could have got in here. And again, penny stocks are great for stop losses. And you could have set your stop loss to just below the bottom of this red wick. And you could have captured that price up to the 20 if you would want to have, if you would have wanted to. Because when we're below those moving averages, they become price targets. When we're above them, they can become our areas for stop loss so that we can make a quick decision. And we're not having to do all this stuff that I'm walking through right now. Everything I'm walking through right now is slow and it's taking my time because it's important to get. And hopefully I'm not going too fast. So I would take a picture of that right there and say, wow, look at that signal. And I would want to go and find where else I can find that type of signal where everything just kind of spikes into itself like that or this. See this right here? Follow this red candle, go all the way down and look what we're getting. That it did price did go up after that. It came back down quick. So you want to get in penny stocks, we're talking about scalps. So this guy seems to be moving slow, but he's moving nonetheless. And he's given us some signals. There's your flag. There was another signal. Let me show you again using the woodies. These are intersections. It doesn't work all the way all the time by itself. Remember, we live in a 60-40 world. So 60% of the time it might work. And that's why we keep our stops close because we don't want to lose money. We keep our stops close so that if you do lose a dollar or two, you don't lose the whole thing and you can go back in there. That's why stocks are not gambling. I mean, you don't hear about the gambling report on the news at the end of the day, do you? I mean, the gambling report doesn't have its own MSNBC, does it? So stock market is not gambling because gambling, you go to Las Vegas, you blow $100 on, and you lose the $100. In the stock market, you go in, you make a mistake, you have a $2 stop loss, you have $98 left to go get your money. How to see if it's exhausted from Woody's? No, I don't see it that way, but that's a good question, Zooey. I don't look for exhaustion at Woody's. I look at the candles to find the exhaustion. Like here, we had that exhaustion right there for a minute, and then it went sideways. Um, but the exhaustion from Woody's, what I look for is I'm just about to talk to what I'm looking for at Woody's with this thing right here. So when I go down the Woody's, remember the candles are the most important. There's absolutely nothing more important than the candles. To me, they sing the melody of what's going on musically, if you will. I have a 50 plus years of playing music. Uh, so everything's going to turn the music for me. They're the notes. They contain the rhythm. They contain the pitch, everything. It's just like reading a note of a melody. So it gives you all the information. Everything else is training wheels and helping us see things that we don't normally see just with the candles because maybe we're a new trader. Look at that gap up right there. So what I look for in the woodies is I look for these deep retracements that we're seeing right here, but I look to see if we have a trend that's established and the strength of a trend. If we look back here at the bottom on my woodies, we see all this green. See how low price is? It barely looks like it's moving. But look at all this green and pretty blue. We get some good lines right here. Now they all mean something. I used the TCCI. There's another one in here. I have. It's very faint. But I want to see this because what I'm looking for is going to be based off of this white line, these candles, and what hammers do. So Woody's is complicated. It's all complex. I got to simplify this stuff for me. So here it is. Gray bars on the upside signal a trend trying to develop, a reversal of the trend. Here, we've been green. We have some gray bars here. Then they get slammed down and everything's red. And the red bars are below. You notice they're below this zero line right there. When the bars are above, it's bullish. When they're below, it's bearish. But then you get the times when it's like it doesn't know what the heck it wants to do. It wants to grow up. Let me speak quickly because this right here could be a spot or normally might be a spot to enter, but you'd have to wait. And why do I say that? What I look for is this incline and strength in these lines, right? And then if price is going sideways, I'm looking to see what this is doing. If it's going sideways like it was here, but yet at the same time we're moving up here, that shows me strength is increasing. Then we get a pullback and we get boom, this dip right back here. And we get that red hammer. Something's up. Then I follow that line and I see price is gaining strength. It flags above its moving averages, which are inverted here. And as it flags above, there is a busy intersection right here where price and the moving averages are just congested for a second. That's what it looks like. And so that captures my attention. Something's going on as they start moving to fan out. That is a bullish sign. I'm looking to go long. When I get a yellow bar on Woody's following, I usually like to see a few different bars, a few gray bars. I like to see more gray bars, but occasionally you'll just get a couple of gray bars that pop up and then that yellow bar. Now, that yellow bar comes not always on a red hammer, but it comes sometimes on a hammer. Well, what I'm looking for next is a dip. And when I want to dip because that dip is usually the pullback that signals, okay, we flagged up here. Look at this lower CCI. Looks just like a flag, pops up, flags back, just like our stock did, and it flagged back. If you follow the bottom line, as I'm going up here, you'll see how price and the lower CCI work, and then they flag back here. Now, on that flag down, that's an opportunity to get long. So we could have taken an entry again on this green candle, set a stop loss to the 8 or the 15, and then captured that price up to that zone that we drew earlier, which is there for a reason because this is usually a warning to me that if I am going to go bullish and price does come back up there, that price is going to probably stop, pause, or pull back. So if I get in here, I want to get my exit to be right there, and I want to have an order set because that's a wick. Unless you're really super fast with hotkeys, I wouldn't mess with that. I don't see a particular hanging man. A hanging man is a pattern, not just one candlestick, Zooey. So you would see a pattern. I just because that looks like it's sort of a hanging man. I think that's the one you're thinking of. That's not it. There's so much to it. The main thing I'm looking for is my candle closes, and then I'm going to use everything else to help me confirm what I'm seeing, and my candle closes. Why can't I get that? Because that's a flag. That's a bull flag right there. And so if I got one bull flag, I might get a second one, right? And that's it right there. This right here, this green hammer, this dip, this would be a good signal if we were to go and capture that right there, because it's it's giving us a hammer, a green hammer, which is giving us a lot of buying pressure. We see it's in a flag, so we can pay attention. We could have made an entry there, could have made an entry a lot of places. It really depends on preference and what you want to do as a trader. Give me 1 second here, guys. We're going to watch this develop. I had to get a little cough out of my system there. All right, so we want to watch this develop here. You see how slow this Nighthawk is? Bed Bath & Beyond is below some of the moving averages now. SPY is continuing to go south. It is now at 414. If you got that 415 put, you'd be in the money. So, this guy is slow. He bothered me so slow. So we have a flag. Actually, that could be a flag too. This could be 2 flags, 3 flags already. Push, pull back. Push, pull back. Push, pull back. That's how I see it. Now, this green candle for 266. Let's say I decided to buy that green candle at 266. I put my stop down, the red mark. Is it continuing to be bullish? I don't know right now. You can also draw lines on your lower CCI. There are a lot of patterns to look for. A short time this morning is going to be difficult for me to, I think it is every day, to tell you everything. But I try to find some things that we can show you those looks. This guy looks interesting. 275. That's not even a 10-cent scalp. $266. That would be better. It would be 13 cents if you wanted to do that. It's too slow though. I'm just gonna watch him. We've got this look right here. We're going to 414.45. The low is 68. Very close. Sometimes you have to think of these things as a big fat line, as that's why the shadow boxes help, because sometimes it's not just one zone. They'll hit that zone. They'll continue down. Exhaustion. Somebody wants to see exhaustion. I think I might have it for us. Wrong box. Okay. So here we have a descending wedge coming down. Price opens with a big bear surprise right there. Big green, a big red candle. I didn't get my colors right. Let me take that off. We'll pull back. We got this guy right here. Now, this looks like it could be exhaustion. We were talking about exhaustion before. I'm teaching myself, Ricardo, not from anything else, not from anybody. I've been paper trading, scaling, and I've scaled in before, and it's just, when you have your target, you say, okay, boom. Or if you're going to go long, uh, then you're going to swing something. You can scale in by, you know knowing what your trade size is going to be. If your trade size is going to be 10 shares on something, then what you want to do is maybe buy 2 shares at first with your stop. If price moves up uh, towards your target, and it seems to be that it's not going to be coming back down towards your price again, then you can buy another so many shares and scale in that way. 2 shares here, 4 shares here, 3 shares, whatever. If you're going to do again 10, you could do 5 and 5. Um, I think the 1 to 2 shares is pretty good, especially when you may not be totally certain about what you're looking for, and what you're learning how to scale in. Um, in TOS, Think or Swim, you can set it up to where you only have a maximum of 10 shares on your buy button, and you can just it's kind of like dipping your toe in the water to see if it's not too cold. Take a couple of shares and dip your toe in, set your stop loss. If you're not 100% sure about what you're seeing, doesn't hit your stop loss, and it starts developing, okay, now I'm going to add some more shares. Then I add some more shares. You've got to know where you're going to be able to add those shares, and that's where the analysis comes in. I hope that kind of helps a little bit with the explanation. It's not the best explanation. All right, so what we got here, let's watch SPY for a second. I'm going to show you what we got. Now, this could be exhaustion, but it might not be, because it's not the biggest bear bar in the trend, although it is in this little section here. But we've got this inverted hammer on angular support. And then we've got this next candle. And again, I'm on a 5-minute chart on SPY. Why I'm on a SPY 5-minute chart here, I'm not sure. Let's go to the 2-minute. Yeah, look at that guy. So what we have is to see is if price is trying to reverse. That could be the bottom. This could be the bottom. And it looks like price is indeed trying to reverse the trend it's on. Y'all hear that, don't you? I'm exiting a position from an option trade I had on earlier. Okay. So I want to see if SPY is going to try to break above. Now look at all, I talk about this all the time. A reason a lot of people like to trade SPY is you can make a living trading SPY. Just day trading options. If you learn price action helps you everywhere. So we've had this falling wedge. Let me clean this up. I don't like all that. Yeah, clear the drawing set. Okay. So we had a bear flag here, and it's a little surprise there. Came all the way down here, came back up, and now we're in this descending. It's either flagging back, but look, we're going a little sideways here. This is that morning star pattern I was telling about. And a lot of times we'll see this morning star, and, traditional stock books and everything will, say it's a morning star. Well, that means price is going to go back up. Yes and no. Sometimes these patterns fail, just like a Head and Shoulders fails. So we're going to keep an eye on this, because you see it went up, but then you get this big red bar. Look, it's failing right now. And this is why I like to wait a couple of bars till after a morning star. Now, the market makers know whoever is making this stuff happen, and I know somebody is, because They have to be. We know this is manipulated stuff, and so we have to be careful, and we want to follow along and catch the coat coattails and the wake of the whales, if you will. See, it failed. They know you're looking to get an entry after a morning star because all the books and all the traditional literature on stock trading tell you that a morning star pattern is a reversal pattern, and that when that happens, price is going to go up. So look at all these people that probably got caught in all that BS. Why did I sell that position already? Dang it, Keith. Because I saw that morning star. No, because I saw this going sideways and thought that it was going to continue to go sideways and maybe then go up a little bit. But we got a little break here. So now what can we expect? Well, we could look for a measured move. And I use these little boxes to help me with the measured moves so I can do them quickly. All right, I'm not going to use you. Sorry, you go bye-bye. Pull back, pull back. It's a hammer. We got another hammer here. I'll watch. I use UVXY. It's an opposite of SPY a lot of times. It's part of the VIX. If I can't see SPY clearly, sometimes I'll come out and look at it, see what it's doing. Jeez. TOS can bother me sometimes. A lot of times. Yeah, all right. I was trying to get it to do that a minute ago. That still has to develop. There's another potential morning star. We are below the 200. We are below VWAP. This is the 20. This is the 15. This is the 8. We're bearish right now. All right, I'm going to get off of SPY for a second and let it develop some of its stuff. I'm going to spill coffee all over my floor at the same time. Make a mess. Let me clean this up real quick. All right. You're welcome, Ricardo. In the chat, guys, sometimes I have all these monitors in front of me, and I don't always watch the chat, so I have it on and I should, so apologize for that. I have it on a small monitor to my left, so I have to look over at it every now and then. That's why sometimes it just holler at me at the voice, make a little noise. What you doing over there, Mac? Oh, give us a hand. All right. So, just waiting for things to shake out. Let's go back to Nighthawk. Looks good. Look at him. Let's see what he's doing. If you have something you want me to look at, you want us to look at, please put it in the chat. Type in the symbol, and I'll pull it up and we can look at it. Let's go here again. My purpose today is I will take trades as I see them, as I did earlier. I saw that trade set up. Did I do it on Nighthawk? I saw it on who did I trade? And see, this is crazy. I can't remember who I traded. Bed Bath and Beyond. Okay. I can't believe I traded Bed Bath and Beyond. Anyway, I traded Bed Bath and Beyond. My goal is really to teach you how to do this stuff yourself so that you can find it. And I am using a bunch of indicators, but really it's not. If you think about it, it's not a lot of indicators. I have, you know, three moving averages together here, which, if you got a Bollinger Band, that's one indicator with three moving averages. Woody's alligator, same thing here. I use it like a Woody's alligator. If you're familiar with the, Williams alligator. So I've got one, and then VWAP is not a moving average. It's volume a weighted average price. Stays the same on every time frame, and that's so that would be two. If you want to include this one into the moving averages of 200, so it's still two. And then I use three and four. And then I guess five would be my auto support line, which I don't have up right now. And then six would be my zigzag. They're training wheels, and I don't use those as much anymore since I started learning options because I want to be able to trade candles more than anything. So my goal is to teach you what I know, and maybe I'm a step ahead of you, maybe I'm a step behind you, maybe you should be teaching, but I'm going to show you what I learn as I learn it, and then I'm going to take trades as I see fits because it's my money. I don't want to just trade something that's going to screw me up just to show you I took a trade. Um, this guy did move back up into this zone. This was the price that we wanted him. That would have been a target I said earlier if we were going to get in down here or even down here. You can just follow the flags. Watch this guy. He wicked right in the VWAP and got rejected. Now, that's, price usually when it approaches pivot points, historical points that it shows that it pivots when it approaches moving averages that below those become resistance. So it has to hit those and make a decision. Is it strong enough to push through? Like we had back over here where it pushed through VWAP and it came back and tested it a couple times before it went. Look at that. Test it and then went. So we want to see what happens now when it gets to VWAP. Right now it's got a little it's failing its little test right here. Let's see if it breaks that. Its body's in the 8, the 15, and the 20, and we still got 20 seconds left on this candle. So we'll have to see what this candle does and what it prints. Now, I like that it is popped right into that negative 100 and that zero line. I do like that. I want to see what the next candle starts to form. This may give us another opportunity to get in. Why do I like this? Well, it's a deep retracement if it turns out to be a retracement like we had over here, like we had over here. But if it's not, then it's possibly gonna fail this little bull move, and we're gonna wait to see where it comes down to. When this comes down, it could give us, I should say, another opportunity to trade. Now, finding the zones, I haven't been the best at doing live. That's why I do a little journal on the weekends that I've been doing to maybe help you understand how I trade, why I use the system I use. It's like obviously when the stock market's not open and you're trying not to, I'm relaxed. I'm not worried about running after anything today. The market's going to set up, and then I'm going to find my trades at some point soon. It's 10:43. We're going into this next 45 minutes or so of the market. Usually is where everything kind of happens for the morning part, and then we'll get these really usually get the lulls in the afternoon, the lunchtime lulls, and then somewhere around 2:30 market time we could get some things happening. We don't have much econ today. I think we've got some bill auctions coming up. That the only really the only news that makes a difference is 3 month, 6 month. I don't think we'll see much out of there at 11:30. You get news as pop and drop for penny stocks, particularly. It's I mean, it's BS half the time. So the chart doesn't lie. You can follow the chart. You can follow the trends. All right. So we get a little fee right here. He held the 20. We don't want him to go below it. He held it. So let's see what he does next. Let's see what this thing does next. I want to watch it, keep an eye on it. Might give us an opportunity again um, for a trade. Now the cool thing is, he's only $2.69. Now listen, folks. I'm just talking. I'm just thinking out loud. I'm processing this out loud. Please don't go in and do anything I'm talking about right now because it's just going to be talk. So the cool thing is it's $2.69. Now, when my count was $20,000, I'd go in there and I'd buy 1,000 shares of it. And a 10-cent move on 1,000 shares is $100. You make a few of those a day and you're doing really well. And you can do that when you have a lot of money in your account on penny stocks. I think we can build it. We may even do a penny stock thing where we see how far I can go on a $300 account. I don't know. I'm just kind of coming up with crazy stuff out of my head right now. Um, but let's watch this. I have to see what's going to happen here because it could continue to fall. Now, here's the thing about these zones. What happens if it falls here? Well, we're going to watch it because last time it got in here, it dipped down below it and it went back up. This little doji right here I drew, I want to see what it's going to do. I got a feeling that this little pullback could be a spot that maybe gives us an opportunity to get back in. Of course, we also have all of this accumulation over here that we have to get through as well. See that? So we're looking for a lot of different things. We're looking for a lot of different signals. If you're trading and you're watching me and you're trying to learn how to trade and you're just getting frustrated because you want to make a trade, really need to ask yourself why you're trading. Because if you're going to look, I look at this as a business. This is a business I've started, and my business has to turn a profit in order to survive. And so I have to study to be able to make that happen. I have to learn how these candles work. I have to learn what I'm looking for, and that takes time. Um, so if you're learning while you're trying to do something, that's not the easiest. I mean, there is on the job training, but trading can be very, very, I screw you up, man. You lose a lot of money this way. So if you have the risk capital, I suggest you take your time and you learn price action. It's the way I see it is the candles tell everything. I don't need to go read your fundamentals. I'm one of those people. I call them fundamentals. I think that they do. I got that from Ed Suduko. I think that uh, they have a place, maybe in some large cap stuff, but in penny stocks, it's all BS. Now, news is important when you're trading. Particularly the large caps and the indexes and stuff. Anything that's following the index, like SPY, and even UVXY follows the VIX. You know, you're going to get some news that like the econ news, and when we have an auction or a 10-year bond auction or something like that happens sometimes, or FOMC Fed moments coming out. Man, that affects those large caps. That affects those stocks big time. They go up and down. They're crazy. Penny stocks usually, they're doing their own thing. And so, during the pandemic, we said we could always trade a penny stock. Some people, they're in here because they're looking for tips to trade, and I get that. But we're an educational community. We're a pay it forward community. So if you learn something, give it back. Tell us what you're finding out. Um, and let's learn and make things together. Maybe you got insight about all these crosses and the EMAs and the SMAs and those things. Maybe you got a little more insight on that, on what happens with that. Maybe you got a little better insight on consolidation. I don't know. Tell us. Let's learn that together. All right. Right now, this is what I call jaundice. Uh, Nighthawk has entered the jaundice stage. That's where all this is like yellow and it just doesn't look good. And so for now, I'm just going to not look at them. Bed Bath and Beyond looks like it's made a little move. These things will continue to move throughout the day. So, keep an eye on those. Let's go back to SPY for those watching SPY. Let's go see what's going on over here. All right, SPY. I'm going to pull it on a 5-minute chart, guys. I know it's 5 minutes, but I got to see it. All right, so we get a leg. Is this a pullback? He's up above that. Is that our low? And is this our reversal? And that's what we have to see. So you're not going to, if you're in penny stocks and you're looking at this, you're not going to trade a share of this stuff unless you got the big bucks. That's one share is $415. And we're looking at this because we're combining the rooms today, and our options room may have some of the folks in here, and they're looking at trading SPY, so they want to kind of get an idea of the sentiment. Here we got a flag. Where's that retracement? Bam. Not retracement, but that spike. Look at that. Bam. It's probably a strategy where you can get on every red hammer, but you got to have a stop loss. I mean, could you imagine that stop loss right there? Especially on futures. Future stop losses are scary. We've got a busy intersection right here. What looks like price is trying to reverse the trend. That's what these bars are telling me, that it's trying to reverse the downward trend. That happened at 1050. Another chart I like to look at, the 2-hour, because it gives us, look at all of that red. And look what happened here. We got to the mess of these moving average lines, and man, look how far that 20 went out. 20, 15, 8. That is bearish all the way. We get a little bend right here. Get a little bend right here. Get a little, looks like one right there. So this is looking bearish right now. Ooh wee. Ooh wee. Into this big control candle over here. Control candles are important. Ooh. And on the 15. Hello. So is it a pullback? Maybe. Doesn't look like it did a very good job what it was trying to do. This looks bearish. Yeah, right there, that's like a bear flag. When they're up, when you see price moving up, let's see if we get one right here. This looked like a flag when it did it. But this is definitely a bear flag. Ooh, it looks like it's gonna be one of them days, y'all. Okay, so what can we do? Well, see this right here? I'm gonna duplicate it. Why? Because we can see if price is going to come down to 414.09. That's why. We have a move, pull back, move, pull back. Well, that's a pullback. Yeah, that's a push. This the pullback is where they're going to bear. Then we got this long leg right there. Now, we could take this whole thing as one leg, We get a pullback, and usually what you get is a leg down, pull back, and then you get a leg that equals that other leg down or up. So this is another way we can use to measure move is by using our trend line tool like I just did and just come down and say, okay, it's going to move that way. Another way I can do that very same thing is I take my shadow box. You saw me do it up here. It measured that the same way is I will go to the beginning of that move, which I will think is right here. I will take it and I will bring it all the way down to there, pop. Doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm going to activate that thing. And I'm just going to take that same box and I'm going to bring it over here. Comes out to about right where we were there, doesn't it? Shapes and lines, and you're trading money. Yep, absolutely right. Because that's how this stuff works. We're looking for patterns, and those shapes and lines mean everything. Now, you can find a way to trade differently, and there are a lot of other folks that trade differently. You can trade with, you know, let me get my penny stocks chat thing working right. Uh, you can trade with, you can go all fundamental. Some people do. Um, I like, I like I like Sig's way of gaining of finding sentiment, and I really like that. Sorry, Sig's not here, y'all. Y'all probably know he's dude is a cognitive machine. He's taking courses. I think he's going for his PhD. Holy cow! My goodness, what a brilliant dude. And when you go look at his stuff on options, my God, what a guy. He ain't no scalper though, and I'm not either. Not a great one. I prefer to swing, but boy, he can nail some stuff, man. And he's got a great handle on TOS. Let's get out of SPY for a minute as we watch and see if I'm not really interested in a lot of trading at the moment. I'm just kind of waiting, but we can see if that measured move falls out to be true. I like to do that kind of thing. Now, um, if we look at this guy here, can he go back up and go all the way up here on a second leg? I'm not 100% sure. BB&Y or Bed Bath and Beyond. Where are you? Beyond what now? Well, let's see. It's hitting that 200. We can watch it for a few more minutes. Let's see if I can find anything else out here for us. Anybody else got anything they're looking at out there? Hello. Ooh. What are you doing here? You're coming across there, huh? Well, let me tell you about UVXY and why I like it. It's it trade. It's an index, so it's the SPY. What SPY is to the S and P. Um, UVXY is to the VIX, and so a lot of times they'll move in opposite. Now, the VIX is the UVXY. I would never hold any of this stuff overnight if I were to trade it. But you can look at SPY and you could say, wow, SPY certainly looks opposite right now. If you look at that big red candle where it is right now in the 2 minute, and you look at the big green candle where UVXY is. Let me get that zone. Sorry, guys, I had to do something there with my hands. Oh, wait, we got some folks saying some stuff. We got CANO Pop. And Ken, what did you say? PET. PET. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. All right. Oh, we got halts on that, huh, Ken? Ken, you the halt dude. You were awesome. All right. We got some stuff going on over here. More healthcare. The WAG group. I hope their tail is wagging. They look happy right now. And they're going towards their high right now. That's important. Say break that pre-market high. That's your that area right there. It's got to get through because that's your wick. So be careful if you're in this here. You might want to take profit up here if you got in somewhere down there. If you got in here, ouch! Look at that wick, and it might come back down on you. Canoe is moving slow, but it's looks like it's getting ready to flag up a little bit. Got this area right here. That would be certainly a place that you could take profit if it began to rise. And this is what you can do right here. Like we just moved over fast, and I want to take some. Say I'll find an entry here as it's pulling back. I'm just going to use this as an example. Then every red candle right there on the top. This is how easy it is, guys. It's complex, but this is how easy it is. They all become price targets. 562 to 572. It's at 559 now. So I'm not saying get in this thing because I don't know enough about it. I mean, I haven't been looking at it. We got a couple of hits on it there, which is great. But I would be looking to, well, it's a red candle. But did it halt? I don't know. It probably did. Let's see. I don't see anything saying it halted. Anytime you get big news like Amazon involved in one of these penny stocks or Walmart, then that news tends to be something you can watch. So now that's a green candle. Yeah, this guy looks like he could run a little bit. So there's some targets immediately over your head right there that you could go to if you wanted to find some higher targets maybe to see if it continues. We would open it up and I would look on other time frames. There it goes. Hit that price level right there. Yeah, and you could set your stop on the 15 if you had gotten in there. You see how it hit the 8? See how these make great stop losses? Man, Jeremy taught us that stuff and it was like, "Oh dude, that's pretty cool." I mean, boom, right there like that. Let's go to a 10-day, 30-minute. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Where is price? Can anyone tell me? Look. Look at my screen. Where is price? It is at a VWAP bend. Now I call it a VWAP bend, and what that basically is this is where VWAP was back on the 9th. And so this is VWAP on the 9th, and it's where price is butting up against right now. It's one of those bends I talk about. When I see these things, I go, hmm. And just like price climbs up those red candles, it can climb up to here. Now, this is a obvious point. I'm just going to use my price tool. Let me make sure I can do this. If I don't do it that way, then I edit it and I make it red to represent VWAP. I say, okay. And I want to go back into, I do like the way this looks here. It's got character, what I call character. It's not just one big flat line all the way across. And let's go back to our 2-minute chart. Okay. So we found those levels and then we want to try to get in this thing. So if we want to get in it, how would I get in this thing? Okay. I go down to my bars here. I see I'm green. We had big, strong trend here. This fall off, which was a pullback. Look at that hammer right into VWAP. Man, those little hammers are important. Ollie candles are important, really, but Those little hammers, man, when they fall at these strategic places, bam, that would have been an entry right there for you. Could have been. So I get some gray bars telling me that trends might be trying to change. Get a descending channel. Let's see, I got to push, pull, push, pull. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on a second. That'd be a heck of a second leg if it did it. It would have to start somewhere over here. It's got room. It's only up 78 cents. Yeah, so that's a stock that just crossed $5 today for the first time in a while. Could it continue? Could it make a continuation? It could. You have to watch it though. And then we'd have to find out. Whoops. Then we'd have to find out. Oh, let me get to where I can get you good. Then we're going to have to find out where you would start. There. Where are you going to start to get to that price of 625? If it gets there, not guaranteeing it. These are just the methods that I use to find price targets. They're not always the most orthodox necessarily, but they seem to do me pretty good. So that's why I'm using them. Right now, he's going sideways. Okay, we got sideways going. Yada, yada, yada. I'm going to put a price tag up there, and then I'm going to get rid of this line. All right, put that there. Let's get rid of this line right here. Now, yeah, yes, I saw this down here. He's below. He's just kind of moving sideways, but notice it's above the moving average, and it's got a body above the 8. So now it's kind of high up there right now. It's close to its high. So you have to be careful with these types of plays. But you'd have to wait for a pullback. Well, the right entry. Right now we've got that wick is selling pressure. That's bears coming in and selling down. They're selling whatever they made over here, and that selling pressure coming down. So we want to wait, even though we have strength here. It's still, it's still got a little funny look to it to me. This thing could break down. It could run. It just depends upon the market makers. So we'll have to watch that one a little bit more. Look at Pet. Bada bing! I was coming there, Ken. I was heading there, buddy. I miss your voice. All righty then. What do we got here? I'm really happy with my computer is running all this software and streaming at the same time. That's really great. Let me check on a little something. I've got so many things going on over here. I'm having to learn how to multitask. Not my favorite thing to do, but I am working on it. All righty now. All righty then. So remember I said if we were going to get in, you'd have to be careful here because that's its high. We've got a stock that is up 53%, $2.73. That's pretty good. I guess it opened up around, where did it open up around? 617, so it was already up when it opened. It's got a lot of momentum, it seems. Of course it would. Ken showed it to us. Kick ass. He's got some, man, I miss your voice. Yeah, see that's the price it wicked into. It really has to break through this level and then come back and test it before I would do anything at this point. It's got some good movement here. It had some low volume. Looks like, I mean, there's 300 on this doji here at 938. So it's kind of low volume and then it kicks up. So you must have, Ken, you must have got on a scanner. And, now we've got this little, I don't know, this little horn look, and it's really got to break through that level. Now, if you get frustrated because you miss a play, you miss a trade, or you wanted to get into the trade, you just got to wait because they're cyclical and they'll come back around. And one of the things that, one of the things I'm stressing to myself is the patience to wait and wait for what you're looking for and let the market come to you, and then you can go in like a beast when you see your setups. And when you see your setups, you just say, hey, that's my setup. I'm going in. Keep my stop loss short. Keep it tight, tight, because, red hammer. I like red hammers. 559. There's your level. The difference between paper trading and trading a penny stock is you can get real skin in the game without losing a lot. Got to look alike. Spy, you trying? I don't know what you're going to do, buddy. Let's see if you get through it. Let's let it print. And we're going to see. Let me get out of here in just a little bit, guys. Again, got a question? I'll be glad to try to answer it the best I can. I'm looking to make trades. I made one this morning in penny stocks and did all right on that little guy. Actually, Bed Bath and Beyond shocked me. I didn't think I'd be trading Bed Bath and Beyond today. But the chart looked good to me. It showed me a little thing I liked, and I went in there and got it. Bada bang, bada boom. This is showing me a little something I might like too. And we get that flush right there after it gets up to that top to that wick. See, you couldn't get through that, but got to wait for these candles to finish 11:11. So it's still got a 2-minute candle. It's still got a few seconds to finish there. I think this guy is giving us a look. Here's that dip I like. This hammer. This is an intersection I like. That hammer into the 8, but he's into the 15 and the 20. At the same time, we got a spike into the lower 100, and we got a spike almost to the zero line right there. I hate this thing. I got to do it like this. I don't like you. Thank you. We have price targets there again. And here we have another red hammer. We've got green and blue, not big bars here like you did back here. So it still seems to be a little sideways, if you will. But it could be getting ready to pop up and hit that 576 again. So let me just look at this for a second. See, it's above VWAP. Where's the 200? And above the 200. That's usually a good sign of bullishness. Look at this, how it passed over that VWAP there, bounced off the 200. Let's not forget that one right there. Let me get this little finger off. That guy looks good, doesn't he? Stock's over $5. me just check my account. I'll make sure I got money in it. Da 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 da. Look at this. It's gained strength right there. Still going sideways. It's a big push. Let's see what this happens. They're making it look attractive um, in a lot of ways, but I still want to see it and see what it does. Watching drug popping above that angular support there that we're falling behind. All right, drug. Can you find these things? Don't you, dude? See, I knew you could find stuff. All righty then. Let's hang on a second and let's look at this. Let's go look at drug. They don't even know why this thing's surging up. They have no clue. All right, I got to look at this for a second. I don't want anybody to get insulted by me if I don't trade a stock because it's something I don't like. Let me just do this. We got drug here. Look, SPY's popping back up. Hello, everybody. It's a 0 day, so they're trying to run all their zero stuff down as well. We are looking at drug. That's why. Okay. I am not going to fool around with drug, and I'm going to tell you why. And you can, everybody can if they want. This is not aimed. Don't take this as an insult or anything. So, because drug is overextended, and they don't know why it's doing this. And I went and looked at the news, right, just for a second. They don't know. Is it volume profile I'm looking for? No. That's not it. I'm going to show you in just a second. I have a indicator I can use for this. There it is. Boom. Okay. So this indicator is a deviation indicator for VWAP primarily. And so, oh no, this is a standard deviation. It's not necessarily for VWAP. It's just standard deviation. Penny stocks move in 4 standard deviations. They tend to move through all of them, right? Here you've got the standard, the mean for the standard deviation is it's right down here somewhere. Here it is. That's the mean. So we've gone 1, 2, 3, 4 deviations. This is the 4th deviation. Large caps generally move within 2 deviations at the most. When you get up to the 4th deviation on a penny stock, that's overextended. That line right there. So this is a company that doesn't even know why its stock is moving. So is it playable? Sure it is. Absolutely. I think everything is tradable. However, it's not tradable for me. So I'm just gonna back it off and kind of get out of it because it's not something I'm not in it. It's just not something I want to fool with. It's just too high for me. It's too far gone at this point. I don't know the way this is setting up right here. This could be a big ledge for a big fall off. That thing could take off. It's already up 111%, $1.39. So this is a stock that was under $2, and it's taken off 111%. and we're there at this point on this little ledge at 1118, I can't fool with it. This guy's continuing to build strength as he goes sideways. Yeah, you could get a pop on this guy and you could get a trade in it, but they could be just fooling everybody right now and going sideways and trying to find a way to steal our money, and that's what they want to do. So I'm going to avoid that guy right now, and hopefully you understand why. Again, we're going to go back and look at SPY for a second. We have people in large caps with us today, I believe. So let's go look at SPY. Let's check them out on a 5-minute scale. 5-minute scale. Didn't make that move. This sucker's above the 8. Yeah. So SPY could be breaking out of a descending wedge, and this would have been its low, and it possibly could be heading back up to near its open. So let's just see about that. And when I cleared the drawing set, I realized I took away all my dang pivots. Stupid. Cleared the wrong thing. So if anybody's thinking about trading SPY, look, we've got some bars here. Sideways motion. What happens on that sideways motion? Here it is. Keep an eye on the CCI. Price is at its moving average. It's hovering around it and it's not doing anything. But at the bottom, we can see that there's a little bit of a rise. It's a little steadiness there. And then we get this little rise here. So we're flagging up. Here we have the bars showing us that it's possibly trying to change a trend and that this was a pullback, one pullback. This could be a pullback. It's going to have to break some levels here. This level right here for one to show me that it is continuing to be bullish. So we can watch that, see what happens, see if it gives us an entry. We have a bull bar closing above its the 15. We have a second bull bar closing near its high above the 15. This is at its high, near its high. Then we have this little inverted hammer, and now which was a pullback. So this could very well be a bull trend. We have to break this though to determine that. Then if we get a yellow signal here from the woodies, then I would look for a place to possibly have a pullback. I would want to see this line hit yellow, and then once it hits yellow, I'd like to see something red on that yellow if it does hit yellow, confirming a trend. But if not, I'm going to look for it to turn a yellow bar, and then I'm going to look to come back down. Look, we're getting a yellow bar right now. So I'm looking for it to hit that yellow bar, and then I want to see price come back down and test either this 0 or the negative 100 right there as a dip, which would give us something similar to this here. It would give us something similar to, let's see. Well, I don't see it right here. Actually, this here. We'll just use this one, that one. It would give us, that's the kind of look I'm looking for where we get this dip after this yellow bar. But we have to sit there and wait because right now it looks like we're getting a tweezer top. And that tweezer top could mean that we're going to come back down. So we just have to wait and see. But that is a good look. That is a trend trying to establish. This is telling us once this closes, if it closes at 22 at 1124 with the yellow line, that's giving us a yellow bar that it's trying to change trend. So you still got 40 seconds on this candle, and we could just get it might just suck it all the way back up here and we get a red hammer. So we have to see. That's why we wait. We follow the trend. And while we're letting that happen, I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. Okay, sorry about that. A little brief disruption there. A couple more minutes and I'm going to go. I'm like Jeremy now. I'm saying goodbye 3 and 4 times. Okay, so this little tweezer top formed. And we're going to see if that little tweezer top continues. I'm not sure what they're talking about. OPEC action, but they got something going on in the news. Saudi energy minister Abdulaziz says disconnect in oil futures may prompt OPEC plus action. Not sure what all that means. Interesting that we have a red bar. I mean a red bar, yeah, and a green bar at the same time. So is this a deep retracement? I don't know. When you see this pattern right here, usually descends. Look, you got it right over here too. Tweezer top, descend. Tweezer top, descend. But we got that spike there, and then this push up there. I got to remember this is SPY. So it's interesting to see what's happening here. Go back out and we'll watch it a couple more minutes. I'm not in a hurry to take trades. I'd rather take my time and find something that I can trade, that's not necessarily predictable, but something that's a little bit more giving us a pattern that's a little clearer. Use risk management for stop loss so that you're not getting yourself hurt. That's the key. But we are definitely descended. Looks like we could have a double bottom here. But we'll know further through confirmation. We want to, Jeremy drills in their head all the time. Trade the break, not the setup. So we're going to see how this thing sets up and what's going on. At the same time I see SPY doing that thing, if we come over, I happen to have UVXY at the bottom, which is not an exact inverse of SPY, but tends to act like one sometimes. And we can see that this level right here is continuing to rise as it goes sideways. So could get a pop, but this doesn't look too, this looks sick. This looks healthy. This looks sick. So it doesn't look strong and healthy to me. So we just have to, again, wait and see. Look at old drug. Man, Ken, did you get high on drug? Yuck, 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 yuck. Couldn't resist that. Look at that. Drug is high, 299. So I still can't touch it. It's way I just can't do it. I can't do it. I can't bring myself to do something like that now. Ken, though, he is a beast. Yeah, we're losing momentum on Kano right there. Things are kind of it's that time of day. It's 11:30, so almost. Well, look, folks, I really appreciate it. I hope that you guys got something out of this. Please message me in the Discord. Um, And I do have email, stone at bullishbears.com. Wait a minute, it might be stone at Bullish Bears Trading. I got to get that right. Yuck, I sure do. Let me get my heck. I don't know how to do anything right now. There we are. Yeah, stone at bullishbears.com. That's it. Wow, 326. He's just up flying, and they don't know why it's doing that. They don't have any clue. And at the same time, it is well over that deviation. So it's really a trip, y'all. That is a freaking trip. Ask me questions. I'll try to answer them the best I can. The best thing to do is be patient. Wait for your setups and learn your setups. I was hoping to show you more about descending wedges today and descending channels and how they break, but didn't quite get there. I will, you know, be looking at that in my little blog journal on Sunday evenings in Discord, and I'm going to build on what we did with moving averages and how I use my moving averages and the three things I put up yesterday: moving averages and the woodies and the VWAP. And we're gonna look at those things a little further and how they work as stop losses, and as we had earlier, and how they work as price targets when price is below them, and VWAP bullishness. And the 200, you see that's bullish right there. Generally, when the 200 is below the VWAP and the VWAP is below the other moving averages. So that's one sign of looking for bullishness. All right, Zooey, thank you so much. Listen, again, find me on Bullish Bears, ask me questions, and I'll do my best to answer them. I do appreciate everybody. I love Bullish Bears, great place to be. Only trading community I've ever been a part of, and I learned a lot here. So hope that works for everybody. And I will see you again soon. Have a great day, everybody.